The Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
My dear, dear friends, in our last session, the Golden Shears made haste towards the historic battleground known as Emridy Meadows. You might have heard of it. Led by their gnomish warlock, Nori, on a mysterious quest seeking an audience with a dark entity known simply as the Matron, ultimately hoping to understand, as Shelley indicated earlier, what befell her brother, Nalvin, on the battlefield 10 years prior. As well, perhaps, to ascertain why the Matron had chosen Nori as the sword bearer, and to what end. Nori and her companions traveled south, their destination a lone hill where a powerful Cuthbertine cleric who died in service to Prince Thrommel during the Battle of Emridy Meadows was laid to rest in a modest tomb of gnomish design. Next to his tomb, a majestic oak tree was planted as a marker, a gift from the druids of the gnarly forest, and the only reminder of the tomb's location, because you see the tomb itself was ensorcelled with a protective magic to hide its location. Now, with the mist growing thick and the hour growing late, the party continued forward, Desmond and Alrin seeing figures in the mists, troubling visions appearing momentarily before being lost in the swirling horror. A murderous rival and a beloved sister. Linking hands, the party made their way to this. That was really cute, by the way. Linking hands, the party made their way to a small, lonely hilltop, a gnarled oak growing atop it. Definitely the correct location, searching for the tomb, seeking the location of a shadow crossing, hoping for answers. What they found was a large rock partially hidden beneath the tree, the symbol of St. Cuthbert carved into its surface. After a few thoughtful attempts to decipher the meaning of the stone, Nori took the holy medallion that she'd been given by Father Franco Santori, a friendly Cuthbertine priest in Verbalbank, placed it into the rock. The tomb was revealed. Weren't thinking. Opening the stone sarcophagus door, the party stepped inside. Aided by the glow of Desmond's lantern, the party found a man laying atop a stone slab adorned in magical armor, bearing a shield emblazoned with the mark of St. Cuthbert. The body faded as if illusory, and the party gathered the magical items, the armor which went to Alrin, the shield went to Xanthi, and the magical cudgel claimed by Desmond. As the party was busy checking out their new loot, they heard Nori say, "Yes, I'm ready." And with that, the lantern was extinguished and smashed. The door to the tomb slammed shut, and a palpable darkness smothered our heroes. From the darkness sprang evil claws that pierced, fangs that bit. Desmond lit a torch, revealing 3 undead creatures crawling across the floor, ravenous for our heroes' blood. And as the undead creatures were put down, the party discovered that their companion, Alrin, was missing. And that, my friends, is where we return to our story. The 3 of you now finding yourselves standing in this small tomb, the flicker of your torchlight giving off enough illumination to see the webs, the broken dais, the caved-in walls, the remains of the creatures that sought to devour you. But alas, as I mentioned, no Alrin. So as I do every time we play, I ask, what would you like to do?
Isn't Nori's green crystal in her sword, is that still glowing? Which would...
The green crystal in your sword, the green essence of your sword, it gives off this kind of a sickly green pall, is not there at the moment.
The color is not there.
It certainly was when those creatures were clawing and biting at you, though.
Okay. Sandy's muted.
Since I cast Extended Spirit Guardians, and you said it was something weird, like their shape was weird.
Yes.
They should still be flitting around me for a while, because I think we only had 1 round before
Yeah, interestingly enough, give me a perception check, Xanthi, as you take stock of these strange creatures that you've come to know quite well, but somehow they've changed in their appearance.
9.
Okay, so you see what you saw previously, as I indicated. They seem to appear to be more skeletal in nature. They have this sort of tattered spectral armor. Their eyes glow, and they have this sort of an angry scowl on their face, and they seem to almost give off a wail. Anybody else care to take stock of these creatures? Can also roll a perception check if you'd like to.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Des will do that. And that was horrible.
Nice, let's get it going.
7.
19.
19.
Whoa.
As you are looking upon these creatures that are circling around Xanthi, Nori, Desmond, for you, they look way different. They look disturbingly different. They give you
What's
like
wrong
dirty
with your
looks.
fairies?
Don't say anything. I don't want to make them mad.
Maybe we shouldn't make eye contact right now. Ooh.
Nori,
It's
give me a
kinda
wisdom
harder.
saving throw.
I feel like they're all staring at me.
They are staring at you,
Oh,
and they're glowering and in their stare indeed.
12 is my saving throw.
As you are looking at them, you kind of get down to take a look at them as they're marching around in this circle around Xanthi, and one of them comes over and takes a swing at you, Nori.
No, hey,
And another
Xanthi!
one comes over and takes a swing at you.
Control your
Xanthi, give me a damage roll for
People.
your spirit guardians, please.
They're not
gosh.
just me.
They've identified you as the enemy.
Yep.
Huh.
Seems like.
How strange.
15 radiant.
Did you
but
and you
she
failed
would
your
have to do
wisdom?
Wisdom.
She just did. She rolled a 12.
I believe that is not 16 is the
So
I
you
just
take
took 12.
full
No, what did you
damage.
say?
you take 15 damage.
Oh,
That's
no.
fine. So Xanthi, even though you didn't really see anything different, you do see as two of these little strange spectral guardians come over and they swing at Nori, cutting her arm with these little spectral axes.
Xanthi, call him off.
I don't listen. I really don't want to use up this spell. So if you could just move outside of my area of effect, I would really appreciate it. Just 15 feet over there. Just stand there.
Fuck this. And I run out the front door.
Hold
Doesn't-
that thought.
like,
The door is not, you can't just run out the door, but
Yeah.
Just Kool-Aid Man through it.
Is there
yeah,
any
Just
doors or hallways or anything that we can move?
just what you'd seen before. There's just a short hallway and there's a stone door that was slammed shut. As you say this, Xanthi, one of these little, actually 2 or 3 of them, one stops and then 2 stop behind it and they look up at you, Xanthi. They're like, yeah, you tell her. Get out of our way. And then they start coming back towards Nori again.
Xanthi will kind of back up away from Nori to try to make the distance. so
They
she
just
can't
look up at you
reach.
disappointed, like, hey, what gives?
Why are you attacking Nori? She's our friend.
She looks juicy.
Never heard them
Juicy.
talk before.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
thank
get her.
you,
She,
But no. No
What
one's
the
called me
hell?
juicy in like weeks.
hey, yo, juicy, like, we want to devour her soul. Let's go.
Oh.
They're looking up at you, Xanthi, like, hey,
Call
She's
him
gotta-
off, Xanthi.
No,
What do you
you don't attack like these ones. These ones are with me. Like you attack like the monsters that attack me.
you must got something wrong, lady. Maybe you didn't read the fine print when you volunteered for this one.
What fine print?
What's happening right
Yeah, she definitely didn't read the
Ever-
contract.
What
have never-
contract?
Talk to us before.
Are you guys on strike? Is this a union?
Look, we're here to do one thing, It's kill her. It's in the fine print.
What?
Why would you kill Nori though?
Xanthi, do you have the
They start
user's
licking their
manual for
lips.
these guys?
There wasn't one. You know, like I'm just inherently magical.
Here we go again. Another one accepts the mission, doesn't read the contract. Look, we've had this problem before. But we're here to do a job. We were hired to do a job. We're gonna do it. Unless you give us something else to kill.
What do you mean by hired to do a job? Because I didn't hire anyone.
Oh, man. I don't think she remembers, boys. Yeah. All right. Play coy with us. I gotcha. But just tell your friend to keep a distance. They all look at you, Nori.
But
Turn
Des
them
is okay,
off.
right? She
Who?
just puts her arm around Des.
Well, that guy? Psh. Yeah, we're not worried about him, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
No offense, pal.
You're vipped.
None taken.
Why me?
There's a big group of them now. They stopped circling Xanthi. Now they're just standing there with their arms crossed.
I am backing
Alright.
up towards that door. Why
So-
me?
Where
What?
are we?
And what happened to my snakes?
And why haven't you
What
called
the
them off
hell?
yet? Xanthi, look at how they're looking at me.
I got like 20 minutes.
No.
Just come a little closer. Hey, gnome.
All right,
Hey,
let's all
yeah.
walk
Just
forward
a little
slowly.
bit
No,
close.
not towards
a
me.
little bit close. Hey. As you pull them back a little bit. Some strange
Xanthi.
reason they have to stay with, a certain distance, that 15-foot
Like a
radius. They're
leash.
just like, yeah. All
you're
right.
walking five dogs.
Look. We understand that you didn't read the fine print. No big deal, but just know. We did. All right, boys, let's get back to work. And they start circling again. But they give you a lot of dirty looks, Nori.
I make sure to scratch my face a lot with my middle finger.
So is there like a user manual that I could maybe have?
What you talking about? You was trained in all this.
I was
She doesn't
never-
remember nothing. Leave it be, Zeke. All right.
But wait, what if I wasn't trained?
She's fucking with you now, Zeke. Look. You do you, all right?
Steak.
And
I was
we'll do
raised
her.
by a regular human lady. Like,
You hear that voice? A regular human lady. You don't know nothing, do you? Look at, she's playing
No,
dumb or she got hit on the head real hard. Maybe it was that time she died in the dungeon beneath the old moat house. Yeah. She hit her head pretty good that time.
almost died. I didn't actually die then.
You don't want us to kill your gnomish friend? Fine, we won't do it. Now.
Okay, but
We'll
yes,
wait.
is there anyone, like, do you have a supervisor I can speak with? Or, like, maybe somebody I could go to talk about, like, policy?
It's all in the contract, lady. You got a copy of it, don't you?
I do not. May I have a copy
Well,
of it?
that's your first problem. You should have kept a copy of the contract. You hear that, boys? She got rid of the contract.
I never had the contract.
Look, when you volunteered for this, you certainly had a contract. We all did, right, boys?
But I didn't volunteer.
All right, whatever you say. They just start marching again.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. They're saying I agreed to something, I signed something, but I don't have a contract and I don't remember doing anything, and
Well, they've never talked to you before, have they?
they have not.
I've never heard him say anything before.
I mean, these guys were not nice and wanted to eat my face, and that's not okay with me. You can't cast it around me right now. Next time they show up, they're going to eat me.
It's true. It's true. Shut up, Zeke.
Nori,
I'm not going to
Where-
get any help in battle. Those things were great, and now they're my worst nightmare. Call them off.
highest level spell.
Okay.
Are we trapped in here? Like, can we not go anywhere else?
Let's
Yeah,
see if we
Des-
can go outside first, and maybe
Des
they'll
is
be
gonna
useful.
start looking for an exit.
All right, give me a perception check, Desmond. Or no, give me an investigation check, please. And as you step forward to start investigating, you see all these spiders scurry across the floor, almost as if they're following you, and then they go right past you, and they disappear in a big crack in the stone wall.
17.
Yeah,
16.
You hold your torch and you can see the cobwebs hanging low, the broken, cracked walls of this tomb. It looks very similar to the tomb that you walked into at the Certain's tomb, the cleric's tomb, but it is old and broken and worn, and it looks like it's been there for thousands of years. Not a tomb that's been there for 10 years that still had that new tomb smell going. And now as you look around, you see the spiders scurry through this crack in the wall, far too narrow for a person or even a gnome to sneak through. But there's a door. There's a big stone door that you entered through. It looks to be the same, maybe a little bit damaged.
I think Nori is close to the door because she started backpedaling when she got injured, which, by the way, she's pretty injured right now. So she would go start looking at the door.
Okay.
Xanthi, stay back. Keep those jerks back.
Des will help with the door investigation.
All right. What did you roll for your investigation before, Desmond? 17?
16.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah. All right. So Nori, give me a roll as well.
Investigation.
Yes, please.
It is an 8.
Okay. I mean, it's not difficult to know that there is a stone door. You walk up to it, you kind of run your hands over it. It looks as though you could try to pull it open, perhaps. You'd probably need the strength of your team to do it, or maybe some tools to help you give a little bit of an advantage on opening this thing.
Des has
Nori's
some
gonna
tools.
Start panicking and just pulling it by herself to start out with.
Hold on. I have a crowbar.
Those things want it. Okay.
Des will get his crowbar out and start trying to work at the
Okay.
the door open.
As this is happening, Xanthi, you feel a little tug on your pant leg, and you look down and you see one of your little guardians. Hey, get us a little bit closer. We can help her out.
Where? So, like, why did you guys change how you look today?
The hell you talking about, lady? This is how we always looked. She's
I'm
just
pretty
pulling your
sure
leg.
You were adorable changeling flying snakes.
Doesn't ring a bell. Desmond, what you're gonna use a crowbar? What do you have for tools again?
Yeah, I have a crowbar, a hammer, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I'm going to use the crowbar, yeah.
All right. Well, you could use a hammer to kind of and then yeah, go ahead and give me let's do an athletics check, and if Nori's helping you can make it with advantage.
Okay.
I'll hold this. Don't hit my finger. So you can use both hands.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Make a swing attack with that hammer. You don't want to miss.
I was joking.
Athletics?
This will be a strength roll, so without the athletics
strength?
bonus.
Just strength?
Yeah. Are you proficient in crowbars? You're a rogue, aren't you?
12. Yeah.
With advantage?
Add your proficiency bonus.
15.
Does that hit you, Nori?
15 does not hit me.
All right. Luckily, it hits the crowbar, and you start to wedge it up there. And now you can roll with advantage to open the door.
Hey, so you guys, do you know, like, what happened to Alrin? Like, since you know
Yeah, where did he
everything?
go?
Oh, I'm talking to to my team.
Yeah, buddy, she's talking to us. All right,
Your team.
You just take care of the door. The adults are talking over here. He's
Thank
gone.
you.
He's totally gone.
Yeah, but did you see where or like what happened to him? Since
It was one of those poof situations, you know.
Oh, so he just like poofed
And
and was gone. Did you see anyone cast something or?
can't say that we did. We saw you cast this little thing. We really appreciate it. It's nice to be out and about in the world.
They
Oh.
probably already ate Alrin. Look at him.
You wouldn't like Alrin. He's, like he's a lot like, Des flavored, probably.
Des
But those
flavored,
boots
huh?
tasted good, though. It's Crocs.
Oh, yeah, his fancy shoes and his fancy hat. I don't know that, my little guardian friends, eat hats and shoes.
Oh yeah, we'll eat just about anything. We're just like little wood chippers. We'll just chip it up and then we spit it out, you know?
Well, so did you eat our friend?
No.
Okay. All
It's
right.
concerning regardless.
Yeah. Can
Yeah.
I do like a gosh, what it would be, investigation or perception of like of these guys in kind of an maybe arcana to see why they're weird? Like what could be affecting this? Like what happened?
Why are you weird?
Yeah, sure. You could roll Arcana. Desmond, what'd you get for your opening the door roll?
19.
Okay, very nice. Let's get
Almost a nat 20, but it's a 19.
19's pretty good. Best you can tell is that these creatures may have adapted for some reason. The magic may have been altered. You've heard of magic being changed in certain places by certain artifacts. The form of the magic can be mutated in certain circumstances. It's not very common. And it's something that you may have just briefly heard about at some point, maybe as you were listening to Lulu talking with other learned sages or scholars at the cartography shop. Desmond, as you pry the door at the door with Nori's help, you hear it start to grind as it opens. And you pull the heavy stone door open, and just a rush of wind comes in. It's cold, fresh air, but it's got sort of this smell to it that you can't quite place. It doesn't smell clean. It smells unclean in some strange way. But nevertheless, you pull the door open and you see before you a strange place that I will describe here in a second. You find yourself witnessing something unexpected as you push the door open, or pull the door open, excuse me. You see this landscape, a desolate place. As you peek your heads out, everything seems to be in sort of gray tones. There seems to be a general lack of color. The tree that you once viewed gnarled and broken, the air heavy with despair. You can see the fields. You're still atop a hill. You're still emerging from a very similar tomb-like structure. But whereas the fields that you left behind you were quiet and somber and devoid of any sort of activity, and you now see that this field before you writhes with the burden of a fierce battle. You can hear the sound of swords clashing, the howl of anguish and victory as people shout and with cries of excitement and howls of pain. Arrows whistle through the air and you can hear them. One of them lands at your feet, Desmond, as you emerge holding the torch. There's light outside of this place. The torch is no longer needed, but there you are nonetheless with the torch. And this arrow lands right at your feet, missing your foot by just a few inches. You instinctively look down at the arrow, and it looks as though it's made of bone. And you see other arrows, and you look down and you see there's these warriors that are running across this battlefield, clashing with each other and fighting. Some of them being brought to the ground, swords pierced through their chests, heads being lopped from shoulders. What do you guys want to do?
Close
Des
the
is
door,
kind of-
close the door.
Yeah, Des is kind of hiding behind the door a little bit, just kind of peeking around a little bit in case any more stray arrows come flying. This is not the place we came in from.
That
We're somewhere else now.
gnarled tree, was that the oak tree that we saw initially that was planted
It's like
very
it's like it is, but
sapling-esque?
it's different.
It's
There's-
old.
And there's
It's
they're
old and
fighting.
the leaves have long since fallen. It's just broken branches.
Like everything's dead or undead.
Nori's proficient in nature. Could she determine how old that tree is if it indeed was the same tree? I don't know.
It'd be, I mean, you could gain some information. You won't be able to date the tree unless you like pull a core out of it. But yeah, you could give a nature check to gain some information.
A general idea.
Yeah, is it old or is it just dead?
Yeah. 11.
It's both old and dead. And it looks as though, as you quickly look down at the ground, you don't see like the remnants of the senescence of a tree, the natural senescence, like leaves laying on the ground. It's just barren. There's grasses that poke out of the ground, but there's no like leaves that maybe would have fallen off of a tree that had been full of life, you know? So you get the sense that it's probably been dead for some time.
Well, what now, Nori?
I don't know what to do now. I mean,
Did you get any kind of instructions or anything?
we're
Like,
looking for
once we got here.
some kind of intersection of shadows. I forget what she called it.
Shadow crossing?
Shadow crossing. Yes, that's it exactly. That's all I know though.
By the way, Nori, I should say that your sword is lit up with a green glow.
You guys, get back inside. Get back inside.
Okay.
Especially you, Xanthi. Back it up. Back it up.
All right, I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
I want to tell you something about this. I just know it. I don't know how I know it, but when this thing glows like this, that means there's undead around. I mean, in their
Well,
clothes.
obviously. What did you think was shooting at us?
I don't know. They were shooting bones, though. Just get inside. Let's figure this
right.
out.
Okay, well. Hey, Team Xanthi, are you guys undead? Am I dead right now?
You don't look so dead to us. Yeah. Well, we're not undead, are we, boys? Nah, we're like angels. Look at us. Don't we look like it?
Okay, you're laughing creepily like you are the opposite. Are you devils?
I don't know. Are we devils, boys? Little devils. Yeah. Devilish thoughts, right? All right. She's being serious. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. Right? Isn't that right, Xanthi? You don't know what's going on here?
Yeah, cause like we're good magic people.
Oh, right. Yes, that's right, boys. We only go after creatures with evil in their hearts. Isn't that right? Yeah,
Right,
that's exactly right. And you see one of them
Because
just
I'm
going
a
like this.
Star
Evil.
Child?
Well, Star Child. So now you remember a few things, huh? But you don't remember the contract. All right. Likely
Well,
story, huh?
Well, if you have been following me for a long time, then you know that I picked that up in that library in just the last town, or 2 towns ago.
Now those book smarts are really paying off, ain't they?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
That was only 2 weeks ago? Holy shit. Seems like a year ago.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay.
Was that rock out there? I'm sorry, I don't remember with your description. The one that we used to open up this place in the first place to make it show up.
Yeah, the rock is
The
out
rock.
there. Yep.
It's like a different version of where we were, right?
I mean,
We
it didn't look like that when we went in here, but certainly wasn't a battle raging outside when we went in. Does Nori think that maybe she could sneak behind the rock and get up and investigate the spot where she put her necklace in, her pendant, without getting shot? Like, is it at that kind of angle from the battle? Do you know what I'm asking? Can she, like, conceal herself with the rock?
You could try to stealth your way over to the rock without being detected. Absolutely. There'll be a roll involved. It's not without, potential consequence. But yeah, you could give it a try.
Nori, Xanthi, do you have any way to? I mean, can you heal me from over there? Don't come close, but I'm really hurt. And I want to go out and do a thing.
Hold on. Well, let me see what I got. I got some stuff. Okay, I've got. Yeah. Let me. Des, are you also super hurt?
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt right now.
Okay, then I will. Oh, that costs more. All right. Sorry, Team Xanthi. I'll chat later, and then if you ever get a hand of that contract, maybe you could bring me a copy so I could read it in detail, because I don't know what you're talking about. But have a nice break. And then she claps her hands, and they all fade into like particles. So she'll walk over to Nori and Des and cast Twin Spell Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay. So you reach out to each of them and give them some of that healing magic as you touch their bodies. And both of you feel this unsettling, wriggling feeling on the skin where Xanthi touches you. Go ahead and roll your healing.
Okay, you both take 11 points of healing.
Thanks.
And as you do, you look down at where Xanthi's hand was, and you swear there's something crawling beneath your skin. You can almost see it just below the surface of your skin, and then it's gone.
Okay.
That was different.
Did it feel good though? I mean,
No.
I mean,
I feel better, but not good. Ooh. What was that? What is happening?
I'm not entirely
Who's the one that's?
sure.
I mean, I thought it was me, because your guardians came for me, but your healing felt really weird. Is it just all of us?
I think there's something wrong with my magic, but also maybe just magic here.
Yeah, I think it's
good.
this place. This different.
It's
place
definitely
that
different.
We're in now. Where do you think we can find this shadow crossing?
I mean, I want to go out
is
and
it
look
like
at
a
that
place?
rock again. Maybe there's another way to travel. I don't know. Maybe we need to go. I don't know. They just said the cleric's tomb, and that's where we are.
You know,
So I think maybe the rock. I think I'm gonna go.
If my magic is like suddenly like devil evil magic, maybe your shadow magic is suddenly angel magic.
Well, are you saying that you think that I was evil before?
Well, no, not exactly that, but that your magic had this scary, shadowy, like, suck your soul into it kind of thing. So maybe right now it's the opposite of that. Maybe you could expel a soul from something. in this weird reverse Uno place.
What I want to do is find my brother. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go out and look at that rock. I don't.
Right.
I'm uncomfortable with how your spell is reacting to me, Xanthi. All your spells, actually, right now. I don't know what's happening. I feel like it's my fault.
Well, I'm not going to say it's not.
That's
'Cause
fair.
we are here on your quest, but I mean, like, no one can predict everything that's going to happen.
You could lie to me a little bit.
Everything will be fine. Let's
Thank
go
you.
to the rock.
Okay.
You're all going to the rock, everyone?
You might get shot out there.
Yeah.
Xanthi, you should stay in
maybe
here
we
because
should
you are
stay
not
here and
sneaky.
just keep an eye on.
It's
Nori.
true. I'll watch the cave.
Yeah, Des
Okay.
will stay back with Xanthi.
Okay.
And just keep an eye on Nori.
All right, so Nori, you are going
Okay,
to
something
do
happens.
what? What do you intend to do here?
I need to sneak out and I want to investigate that little area that I put my necklace into on that rock and see if I can do it again. But they're in there and I'm not. I'm gonna
Well, we
look at
weren't
it and
in
see.
before.
Well, but we're separated now, so if anything happens, this is a bad deal. But I'm going to go out there and look at it and see what I can learn first
Okay.
at that spot. And I'm gonna try to do it without getting shot randomly from the battle.
Okay, so it sounds like you're going to do some stealthing. So let's get a stealth check first.
Stealthing.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 14.
Okay. And you watch as Nori slips out of the stone door that you've opened just enough to allow for the small gnome to slip through. And are you going to keep the door open so you can kind of see what's going on with her? You should be able to have at least some level of visibility at this point. You can see the rock itself positioned at the base of this tree that looks all but dead.
Yeah, Des has his crossbow out and he's just watching Nori to make sure nothing sneaks up on her or anything like that.
Give me a perception check.
Right.
All right, Nori. So you begin to creep across this sort of barren, grassy, cracked, dried ground. Definitely not the verdant valley that you had left behind in Emridy Meadows. But you make your way towards this rock. And what was your roll again? It was a 14?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You instinctively look about and you can see that there are hundreds now as you get a better view moving farther away from the tomb itself, the stone tomb that sits atop this hill. Looking down from the hill, you can see that there are hundreds of armor-clad warriors that are clashing with relentless fury, their weapons tearing through flesh and bone. You can smell now the source of that dank, dirty odor. It's the stench of blood and decay. And in some spots, you slip a little bit in the wet ground where it looks as though someone had fallen and bled upon the ground itself. There might even be some remains laying hither and thither, but you nevertheless make your way across to this rock. As you get to the rock, give me an investigation check. Desmond, what did you roll for perception? Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, 13.
Okay. As Nori is moving out and creeping towards the rock, you watch as she darts forward and dips and dashes and hides behind this rock, looking about, making sure that she hadn't been seen. It doesn't appear as though she has, but as you look out, you can see that the forms of these warriors, some of them look like humans. Others of them are smaller, maybe gnomish or dwarvish in size. It's hard to tell from the distance. There are large creatures, maybe orcish, perhaps even a few ogres. They appear to be, as best you can tell, unresponsive to your presence or to Nori's presence as she moves across to the rock. They do seem to have this malevolent glow where their eyes should be. One of them runs past, not looking in your direction, not even taking note of where you are. And you see another one, which appears to be nothing more than a skeletal warrior, which you've fought many times before. And you hear the clang of the swords clash with each other and the growl of these undead as they sort of fight their way away from you. And it kind of like diminishes in its urgency and in its proximity to where you're hiding. Nori, what did you get on your investigation check?
Well, I rolled a 1. So
Okay.
that's a 2.
Yeah, you get to the rock, and even with a 1 or a 2, I should say, it's plainly obvious that the spot where you had placed your medallion of St. Cuthbert, your holy symbol of St. Cuthbert, you had placed it before on a spot where a very similar symbol had been carved into the rock surface. There is no carving on this rock surface. It is just a smooth rock.
Do I get the sense, is that my sense that they're kind of ignoring me in the battle? Or was that Dez's?
That was Dez's sense. If you want to look about, you can do a insight check. That'd be fine.
I would like to do that because I'm going to spend some time with this rock if it looks like I can get away with it. Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
We've got the emotional roller coaster here.
Yeah, you get the sense that at least for the moment you have not been detected, but you do look around and the battles are very amorphous. They're moving about, and in some circumstances, as you watch, the fighters disapparate and then they come back together and they're fighting again, and maybe there's different battles taking place as things are shifting around, almost like the shifting and the flow and the eddies of the mists that you left behind in the fields of Emridy Meadows. What do you want to do with this rock?
I would like to give it a once over and see if there's any other carvings, since the carving was the key to getting into this place.
Yeah, you don't see any other carvings. And while you're looking at this rock, it doesn't seem like there's any logical place where you would like take the holy symbol and press it against the rock. It doesn't seem like there's any specific feature on the rock that calls out to you necessarily. Xanthi, what are you doing while this is taking place?
I'm kind of trying to track a little bit visually where Nori is, like not to lose sight of where she is, but I also kind of want to look around this crypt to see if there's anything useful or like any clues to where Alrin might have been stolen or taken.
Mm-hmm. I would say the only thing that has any semblance of utility would be the broken bones of the creatures that you killed. Could maybe be used as a sharp weapon or to make jewelry.
No objects, no clues that are left. What does the shield look like that I...
Ooh, yeah, the shield
stole?
has, yeah, well, technically you didn't steal it. It was given to all of you, and it has the symbol of St. Cuthbert on it, and it still seems to have that symbol on it.
Okay. And like, do I see any kind of like inscriptions or anything on it?
Give me an investigation check.
16.
You search it for any sort of like inscription or anything, and what you do find is carved on the inside, just below where, I don't know what this part of the shield is, but where the leather straps fit an arm to hold on to the shield. On the metal of the shield, it says Certain, the name of the cleric. Presumably, Certain was the cleric who wielded this shield.
Man, I should write my name and all my stuff. Okay. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Meanwhile, Nori, you don't get the sense that there are any, like I mentioned, any logical places to, if you're thinking about placing that holy symbol medallion anywhere, it doesn't seem logical. You could try something, but No other inscriptions on this rock that you can tell.
I haven't actually looked at my necklace since we got here, my
Mhm.
medallion. So I'm gonna pull that out. And does it look the same? Anything surprising?
Yeah,
When I look
very
at it?
surprising. As you pull it out to look at it, it totally falls apart into dust in your hand, and just
Shit.
the dust just slides between your fingers and lands on the ground beneath your feet, or at your feet. Xanth, you're muted.
All right. You mean the Saint Cuthbert necklace just fell apart?
It just turned to ash in her hand.
Okay.
Hmm.
Des is thinking, did we come across anything that would be kind of like a crossing of some sort, like a joining of roads or some major kind of waypoint along the way?
You mean in your
Like,
journey from Emridy to the Emridy Meadows?
To the tomb, yeah.
The mists?
Yeah, through the mist. Well, you probably passed some sort of crossing maybe of paths, but there was a moment where you, if you recall, you looked down and there was no path anymore. You were just walking through the tall grass that was up to about your knees for the humans in the group, and about, chest high almost for the gnome. And there was no trail at that point. Nothing that
Right.
was like, this is the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, he's just waiting for Nori to get back, or to see if there's a sign from her.
You look out at Nori, and Nori just kind of looks astounded for a minute, pausing, just looking at her hand. What do you want to do, Nori?
Nori will look out at the battle again.
Give me a perception
back at-
check. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. And then what?
No, that's okay. Perception will be a 9.
Okay. I will say this, as you just look out and take stock of what's going on the battlefield, it is a nightmarish scene of monsters of all kinds fighting each other on the battlefield. It kind of reminds you of the Battle of Emridy Meadows. And in fact, you look just over the hill down in this valley area, and you can see that there are these orcs and ogres that seem to be fighting a group of small, almost gnomish-like figures. It
Are they
definitely
doing
gives you sort of like flashback vibes of the battle that you were in at Emridy Meadows 10 years prior.
Okay. So I feel like I'm watching little snippets from the battle, maybe like it's almost reenacting different things, like they're
Yeah,
doing the
possibly.
same maneuvers that we did with the, pulling,
Ooh.
like all the things that
Yeah,
made
give
up
me a history
Emridy
check.
Meadows.
Let's see if you can read what's going on the
Ooh.
battlefield here.
History, that's a 23.
Holy shit, that's pretty good. Yeah, you definitely see
Like a
in the
vice.
distance there is a maneuver being carried out by what you now are sure are gnomes, because it looks like something that you had trained with the 1st Regiment of the Cron Hills.
Okay. But it isn't going chronologically, probably. From
Hard
what
to
I can
tell. What you're looking at is you're in the middle of a huge battle.
Okay. Do I remember where Certain was when he fell? I mean, I don't know that I would know that, but I'm just kind of trying to remember where the important players were in the fight.
Unclear. You weren't really fighting alongside of Certain.
I was, however, fighting next to my brother for a while. I would
Mhm.
look in that area. Like, I feel like I have a pretty good idea almost the whole battle where he was. So if I knew this battle and what they were doing, I would know where to look for him. You know what I mean? In that part of that battle. Is he
I do know what you mean.
something-
This is a vast battlefield. I mean, it's a huge fight that's going on. There are literally hundreds of warriors fighting. You look in what you remember to be the direction. You think, okay, if I'm on the hill where the tomb, where the cleric was buried, we were fighting to the southeast. So you're looking to the southeast, and that's where you see this demonstration of a classic pincher move executed by the 1st Regiment of the Cron Hills. And it brings you back. It's almost like you feel like you're back in that moment, that day when the battle was taking place. Meanwhile, inside the tomb, Desmond and Xanthi, you're just watching as Nori just kind of stands up and is just looking around. And there's this battle taking place. Arrows are flying past her. She's not even paying attention. They're zooming right past her. One of them clips her cloak and just like tears through the cloak. And there are these like bone arrows that land piercing the ground around her feet.
You know, I was hoping for a minute that maybe like they were ghost people and they were just kind of like not going to affect her, but then when her clothes tore, yeah, that doesn't. This looks really dangerous.
These arrows seem real enough. Des is gonna try to like get Nori's attention by just waving a little bit at her.
She's looking in the opposite direction from where you are. She's looking out to what you can only guess would be like, as I mentioned before, to hers, to the southeast. So she's got her back turned to you right now.
All right, let's just give her another minute or two.
Nori?
So you'll just keep watching.
Okay.
If Nori recognizes where her and her brother were in the battle, she might just start kind of walking towards it mindlessly.
You guys watch as Nori starts to walk away. Give me perception checks, Xanthi and Desmond.
$15.
9.
Desmond,
Ooh.
not too long before you had arrived at the tomb, watched as Nori placed the symbol of St. Cuthbert on the stone to reveal the tomb's location, and entered the tomb. Not long before that, you had sent Lucky up into the air to fly about, and Lucky had seen something that was not readily discernible as a thing, but more of a feeling or a form. It was a massive form that was moving through the mist, just lumbering along. And as you look at Nori, and then you look past Nori to the east, as they are just sort of walking slowly with arrows flying past them, there is this massive creature that is stalking through the battlefield. It has these massive horns that must be 20 to 30 feet long. It stands maybe 60 feet tall itself. It has these arms that reach down to the ground, and you watch as it sweeps one of its arms and grabs one of the combatants that's on the field and just tears it in half and throws the pieces of it away. It reaches down and grabs another one and bites the head off of it and throws it into another group of these things. And they all go tumbling like bowling pins.
I think we should stay in the tomb.
Okay.
There's something really big out there. She's walking off though. Do we go after her?
I mean, maybe. I'm really worried that my magic isn't going to do anything here. But
all right, if something, should we disguise ourselves?
oh, sure. Xanthi is gonna look around at a skeleton or some kind of undead creature, and she'll just try to morph into it.
Dez is also gonna cast disguise self on himself, and in the form of undead warrior, kind of an amalgamation of what he sees outside, I guess.
Yeah, it's not hard to do at all. You're both able to quite easily mask your identity. And you look at each other, and it's almost like startling when you, especially Xanthi, because hers is real.
All right.
I
It's
don't
just-
feel good.
You don't sound great either. Let's just run around like we know where we're going,
Okay.
and go after her.
This
and so-
way.
Yeah. We'll start lurching after Nori.
All right, I love it. Okay, so you guys do your disguise, and you start shambling your way along the hilltop. As Nori is walking, not in a quick pace necessarily, but let's go over to Nori and get a sense for what's happening with you.
Yeah, I think I don't think I'm stealthing right now. I think I'm just kind of walking, like I'm kind of drawn to this area that I feel like maybe is where I'm supposed to be.
Mhm.
Kind of like wrapped in a memory, maybe,
Okay.
of like the last time that I saw my brother alive. And I think probably just really focused on getting to that spot.
So you're basically walking towards where you think the maneuver of the first is being played out on the battlefield. Give me a
Yeah.
D20 roll, please, Nori.
And my sword is not out right now either.
Okay.
D20, I got a 12.
Okay. What's your armor class?
18.
Okay. 2 arrows, you don't even notice them. Right by your face. You're just so dialed in on what's going on. You're walking along. The shamblers catch up to you on either side of you. You've got 2 undead creatures.
It's us.
Oh,
It's just us.
Sorry.
oh,
We
oh.
figured we'd try to blend in.
Are you continuing to change here? Wait, actually.
No, but
What
I
happened to you?
you know, the thing to look different. Don't look
First
at me.
Spirit Guardians and now this.
Don't make
And
this weird.
It's already weird. It's so weird. Keep walking.
I'm blending in.
Yeah, you guys seem to be blending in perfectly. However, I would like each of you to roll a d20 as these skeletal warriors that look to be the remains of humans come in and look to engage with you. One of them has an arm off already. The other one has broken bone legs, and it's just kind of dragging its foot across the ground.
I rolled a
Take
nat
it up.
one.
All the fun places.
Okay, Desmond, what'd you roll?
19.
Okay, Desmond, a sword comes in and slashes towards you for 4 damage, slashing damage. Xanthi, the other one comes in with what appears to be a mace and swings at you and totally misses and falls to the ground and just starts like crawling away from you. Do you want to retaliate, Desmond, against the one that just hit you?
Yeah, I mean, he's right next to me.
He just cut into you as if you were a
Okay.
combatant on your disguise is so good.
Yeah, he's gonna take the club, the cudgel,
Okay.
and he's got it kind of hanging from his belt. He's just gonna kind of reflexively grab it and kind of try to hit the guy that attacked him.
Okay.
Swing
That sounds
back.
good. All right, give me an attack roll.
What would I add to this?
But it's a strength roll. It's a strength melee based attack. So D20 plus your strength, and you're probably proficient in simple weapons because this is
Yeah.
considered a club. So add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that'd be, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that will hit. Go ahead and roll some club damage.
I did. Is that a D6? I
Sandy
don't
has
have
left
any,
the building.
I can add a club to my sheet.
Hey.
Brains.
Club is 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Plus proficiency.
Plus your strength.
Plus my strength. Okay, so 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah, you just club this thing, and it's like a bowling ball hitting a set of bowling pins for a strike. It just dismantles and falls apart.
He'll just keep lurching after Nori.
Okay, so the three of you are walking through this battlefield, and similar types of things happen where these undead come up, and you can see that some of them are more zombie in nature. Some of them appear to be not fully corporeal. There's some etherealness to them. Some of them are kind of like winking in and out of your visual range of sight. And they almost like shift in position suddenly, and they're in a different spot as they're coming in. Some of them walk right past you. Others come in to attack you, but you're able to fend them off. They don't appear to be major threats, but you do see this massive creature in the distance just lumbering, tearing these things limb from limb. It doesn't seem to have taken note of you. It doesn't seem to be walking in your direction, but you're ever watchful for it to somehow change its direction, but it's on the edge of sort of this battlefield, just picking away at some of these creatures. You can see what appear to be fully living in the terms of they're not like zombies, they're not skeletal in nature. They look to be like warriors who just came out of the world that you were in before, who are running across the field, like retreating, being chased by orcs and goblins. There are gnolls that are like on all fours, bounding across the field, some of their skin falling apart. There's a massive battle taking place. Meanwhile, you're following Nori as Nori is just walking along to the southeast towards, you're not sure what. And as that's happening, Nori, you look out as you get closer and you can see what is without a doubt a group of gnomes that are fending off this larger group of gnolls and orcs. They seem to be holding their own, but some of them have fallen. Some of the orcs are falling in battle. You look over and you see a familiar face.
Is
A
it
childhood friend of yours. It's Bilbert Scragner, fending off this, what appears to be a half skeletal, half zombie orc, just like holding up their short sword, pushing this mace to the side and lunging forward and fighting off another skeleton. It looks as though they're about to be overcome.
Nori will draw her sword. It's almost like she's reliving the battle right now, and she's gonna go up and try to save Bilbert.
Your sword just, and you all see this too, Xanthi and Desmond, as Nori apparates the sword, her hex blade, it just glows with the sickly green pall, and just the brightest you've ever seen it glow. And you run up, Nori.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a D20 roll.
That's a 2.
Oh, as you race up, you cut one skeleton down and you lunge forward and stab another one, and it sort of falls apart as there's this, you guys are watching and hope maybe helping as well, fighting off as Nori starts running. As you get close to Bilbert, you watch as a spear gets driven right through his chest. Ah! And he kind of falls to the ground. And you come up and you just lop the head off of this gnoll that just speared him, and he's just laying on the ground.
Nori will drop down to Bilbert, put her hands on him, and look up and say, she's thinking about the matron. She's not gonna call her the matron, but she's thinking about her, and she's saying, I'm here. What do I need to do? I can't relive this whole thing again. Answer me. Where's my brother?
You hear nothing of a voice inside your head, but you do hear a as these as these orcs turn towards you and race up to attack you. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. Oh,
See,
We're
I
gonna
brought you to a
get-
fun LARPing party.
we're gonna get this is a total LARP. All right, let's see here. I think I have a map for this.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
Let's see if I have a map. Oh yeah. Oop. Okay, let me get you guys into position here. Okay.
Advantage for Nori. Thanks,
Thank
Scottish Jeff.
you. Thank you, Scottish Jeff. All right, let me see here. Can you guys see the map? Or is it black
No.
for you? Okay.
I can't see anything, but I don't know if I'm just zoomed out or not.
Yeah, let me I will make it visible for you.
thank you, laddie.
Okay.
Sorry about instigating this TPK, guys.
It'll be fine if I can figure out how to use it. It's been so long I don't remember how to use this map.
I
Okay.
hope that isn't Anthraxis over there.
You got nothing to worry about. Where's my map?
I see it.
Ooh, I see something.
You do see the map?
Yeah, I see it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it was just way to
All
the
right.
left.
Let me refresh for a second and see if it pops up for me. Huh. Do you actually see the image of oh, there we go.
No.
There it is.
There we
is.
go.
Yeah, there it is. That's what was happening. Okay.
Close to that monster.
Totally. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Ah,
That's what I wanted. Okay.
We just forget everything we saw on the other side.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it doesn't
Those other
matter.
monsters.
All that other stuff will kill you soon enough. Don't worry.
Yeah. the other 50.
It's all good.
creatures.
Let's go over here. Okay. All right. So let me roll initiative. Okay. All right. 25 to 20.
Des has a 25.
Okay. 15 to 20. 10 to 15. Oh, okay. 5 to 10.
9.
9.
Okay. Xanthi 9. Ori 9.
My
All right.
dex is 15, so
Desmond, at the top of the order. What would you like to do?
So they're all racing at us from the right
Yep.
side of the map? Okay.
Correct. Incidentally, I should probably point this out. I didn't mention this before, but the trees around here that once had leaves on them now it just are leaved. If they do have any leaves, they are in the form of skulls that dangle from the trees.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Des is gonna just charge forward with the club. He's gonna move up and attack this zombie kind of over here by Nori.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
Can he sneak attack with this club? This magic
Uh,
cleric's
no.
glove, by any chance?
I think your
Right.
sneak attack weapon has to be what, light?
It has to be finesse.
Yeah, this is not a finesse weapon.
I did add a club to my, so that is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
For 4 bludgeoning.
4 bludgeoning? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You, as you swing at this thing with the club, you absolutely crush it. And it disappears, or it doesn't disappear, but it falls into a pile of bones. Do you have a second attack?
No, but he's going to bonus action. Well, he still has some movement, so he's just going to
Okay.
move over here to get between next to Xanthi.
Okay. All right. That brings us to them. This guy's going to move up. Well, I mean, they're all going to move up at this point. There are other battles taking place off to the side. This is kind of happening off to the side right now. All right, so Nori, this spectral warrior comes racing up towards you and is going to try to punch you, actually. It doesn't even have a weapon in its hand. It's going to punch at you. First attack is a 21 to hit. Second attack is a 13.
Just the one hit.
Okay, first one hits for 8 bludgeoning damage. And Desmond, the skeletal warrior, is going to take a swing at you with a sword. And that is a short sword. It is a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
Hits.
Yeah, it hits.
5 points piercing damage. And
Okay,
Xanthi.
I'm just going to use uncanny dodge as my reaction to
Okay.
have that.
Okay,
what
so
is that?
take 2.
2?
Yep.
Okay.
And Xanthi, there's going to be 2 fist attacks against you as well. That is going to miss. And a 21 to hit on the second attack.
That one hits.
Okay, so 8 points of bludgeon damage. It just comes in and punches you. You dip out of the way on the first attack, but it catches you right in the jaw.
Ow! Ow!
And it's your turn, Xanthi.
I would like to reach out and shocking grasp that guy in front of me.
Okay. Yeah, hit him.
17, does that hit?
17 hits.
Okay. Then that will be 7 lightning damage.
Ooh, nice.
So give him the old joy buzzer.
Yep. He lights up. In a strange way, you can see, instead of sometimes like you'll see the skeletal sort of definition beneath the skin, you see nothing. You see it like disapparate and then come back together. But it definitely looks like you injured it as it kind of recoils from your attack. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna drink the potion of heroism.
Okay. Very cool. While you're drinking that, I am going to remind people that we have a giveaway. So if you want to get in on the giveaway, please enter to win. Go ahead, Xanthi.
Okay, so that gives me 10 temporary hit points, and it casts Bless on me.
Okay.
For an hour.
All right. So that means that any attack or saving throw, you can add a D4. So keep that in mind as you are so blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Thou art blessed. I think I have a blessed. Oh, maybe not. Yes, I do. Yay. All right, you got your blessed token.
Sweet.
All right, cool. That was your bonus action. Do you want to move at all or you want to stay put?
I will stay.
All right, Nori.
Can I siphon life force from an undead creature?
You can
Is
certainly
that
try.
a thing that can happen?
Certainly try.
I don't know that I've ever tried this.
We're
I'm
in
going
reverse
to.
world though, so maybe.
I'm going to try to cast Vampiric Touch on this guy right in front of me here. That's not Bilbert, is it?
No,
I'm not doing it to
no.
Bilbert. Okay.
Bilbert's laying on the ground at your feet with a spear through his chest.
Okay. So I think I've got to touch him. 11 to hit.
You
Does
reach
that even
out
work?
to grasp at this creature and you completely miss. But one thing that you notice is as you are casting this particular incantation, you watch as shadowy tendrils come out of your palm of your hand as if reaching for the creature, and they just sort of dissipate without making any sort of contact with the creature.
Okay.
Anything else, Nori? Was that your action or was that a bonus action?
No, that was my action to cast
Okay.
that spell. I will bonus action hex on that guy right in front of me.
Nice. Okay. And what are you going to hex him with? What stat are you going to...
I think wisdom. That's what
Gotcha.
we usually go with.
It's the old tried and true. Oh, that's the one
I
in
don't
front of you.
really-
There you go.
Want Xanthi to call those jerks back, but
Oops.
that's what it works on him.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Wisdom it is. Okay. All right. That's your turn. Desmond, back to the top of the order. What would you like to do?
All right, Dez is gonna switch the club into his offhand and pull one of his short swords and attack this skeleton in front of him with his short sword.
Okay.
He's gonna make it a green flame blade attack.
All right. Sweet.
Character sheet. Short term. Okay, so that's 18 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
and then
Nice.
sorry, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
What's my sneak? Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh.
What do you got?
Sorry, I got the wrong
Did you do 1 point of damage?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I'm
You
gonna get
watch as
sneak
this
attack.
this creature just totally falls to the ground in a pile of bones.
Yeah, I got like.
Doesn't matter. You got 1 point. You're good.
And then
You're using that magic club.
the mote of
This.
That was a
green
sword.
flame, 3 fire damage to the one next to it
Okay.
in front of Xanthi.
You got it. Okay, that sounds good. Anything else from Desmond?
No, he's gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Well, actually, he has an offhand, so he's gonna offhand
Yeah.
attack the guy in front of Xanthi
Okay, you'll have to step in and
Skeleton.
swing. Go ahead.
with the club.
Yep. Hit him.
So that is 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage, please.
4 bludgeoning.
Okay. 4 bludgeoning. Got it. Nice. All right. That is your turn. It is their turn, and some shit happens off screen. And let's see. Nori, the one that you have hexed, is going to make a couple of fist attacks at you. First one, 18 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. Second attack.
No.
That is only a 12 to hit. That does not hit. Yeah. Okay. And then Desmond, the one that you just hit, looks at you with its vengeful glare. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Folks, if you want to help out our intrepid heroes at all, you can certainly do so with bits. You can support them by granting them advantage. I'll put the information in the chat. They might need your help in this dark world.
Wisdom, you said? That's
Yes,
16
sir.
plus 2, 18.
18, okay. You can feel the vengeful glare of this creature seep into your psyche, but you steel yourself and push it out. That is their turn. It is Xanthi's turn.
Okay. She is going to. Gosh. Okay. She's going to cast a distance heal on Nori. So that is going to be a. Gosh, which one should I do?
The big one.
You can also grant advantage to the GM if you'd like to, who will
Boo.
then in turn give it to the creature. I'm just answering questions from the chat, that's all. I'm not trying to implant any sort of suggestions.
Okay, so I'm going to use an ability that I recently got.
Ooh, cool.
Basically, I rolled 2 1s and a 4, but I have a new ability that I've got that says that I can re-roll. I can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll any number of those dice. So I would like to
Very
re-roll
cool.
2 of those d8s.
Okay. And we
Actually,
also...
you know what? The other one was a 4. No, I'll just 2.
Okay.
Take the average on the other one.
All right. We also got an advantage from Scottish Jeff that is for whoever needs it most.
Should we roll for it?
I mean, I have one now.
18
Shelley's
points
got
of
one.
Healing. Nori.
Nice.
Sorry, how much did you say?
18.
Very cool.
That is no.
Very cool. So you basically get to re-roll the healing dice if they're low.
Well,
And then
I can re-roll. Wait, hold on.
For a sorcery point.
Yeah,
Any number of them, but I have to spend a sorcery point to do it.
for each one.
It's just once. It's not.
Yeah, gotcha.
I gotta keep what I got.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. All right, great. So you heal Nori. Anything else from Xanthi?
Nope.
All
Because
right.
I used my bonus action was sorcery points.
Okie doke. Let's go to Nori.
Right, I'm gonna take a swing at this hexed guy here. With advantage from the chat. Specifically, Scottish Jeff. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh.
Okay, so and
Very
they're
cool.
hexed. So I'm just gonna roll my damage twice.
Shelley, is this the advantage that Scottish Jeff just gave us, or is this from before?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he just
All
gave
right.
it to us.
Okay, gotcha.
Why?
Because I just want to make sure. I just wanted to clarify.
Know how much you got?
That's 18 damage, 9 of
Okay.
which is necrotic.
18 damage. Okay. Very cool.
And for my second swing, if he's not down,
He's not down.
that is that's a 16 to hit.
Hits as well.
Ooh, wow. That's nice. 18 damage again.
18 damage. Holy cow. And what is it all? What kind of damage is it?
This one, 2 of it is necrotic. The rest of it is just like regular sword damage.
Got it. Okay. Tell me how you kill this hexed warrior.
I'm all business right now, so I think it was kind of just a whoosh, whoosh, taking the head off, letting it fall, and I will do my movement up to... How big is that guy over there? Is that the one that we've been seeing? Walking
No.
through the...
No.
Oh, okay.
This guy is a huge ogre. The thing that Desmond saw and maybe the rest of you saw possibly is much larger. Like a building sized creature. 60 feet tall.
Okay. I'm going to run over to this spot right here.
And I will point out, as you are running over, you see that these two undead warriors are fighting this thing.
Oh, okay. I'm going to run right here, and I will bonus action move my hex to that big guy.
Okay.
We're all fighting together, me and the zombies.
Oop.
This is a good
There you go.
feeling.
It really makes you feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside.
It does.
Yep. Or cold and hollow. Take your pick. All right. Anything else from Nori?
Nope.
Desmond, top of the order.
This guy in front of us is still up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's still up. Okay. He's gonna take another green flame blade attack on that guy. Natural 20.
Yeah,
Ooh,
get
very
it.
cool.
Hashtag blast.
So I don't know what this will do. Do I roll this twice?
Thanks for the heads up, y'all. There we go.
26.
Ooh. Tell me how you kill this guy.
He's just gonna drive the short sword right into his chest, and the green flame will just kind of burst out of the top of his head and like out his eyes and stuff like that, and he'll just shudder and fall to the ground.
Yeah, and completely disappear as he hits the ground.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know who we're supposed to kill. I mean, everybody looks like an enemy.
I hope we find what we're looking for.
All
soon.
right, that
And
is...
he's gonna start running up towards Nori to help out.
Okay.
But he's gonna keep his distance from the big guy for now.
Okay. Very cool. All right. That sounds good. It's their turn, and this guy is going to take a couple of swings at these zombies first. Actually, one swing. Oh yeah. Yep. He crushes with a Morning Star that zombie. And the zombie is going to attack him. The remaining one hitting him for... Okay. Okay. That is their turn. It is Xanthi's turn.
Okay. Well, you know what? We can try. I'm gonna try to cast Spirit Guardians again, and see if they'll attack these bad guys.
Okay.
And I would like to move, so that, Nori is not in the field.
Oh, come on, get us a little bit closer. Let's get in the fight. Come on. Here,
Yeah,
let's go.
Get that big guy.
You got it. All right,
Yeah,
so
he's not on Team Xanthi.
so on their turn, we will do some saving throws and some damage. Anything else, Xanthi?
That's all I got.
Nori.
Yeah. I'm gonna start swinging.
Okay.
That will
Lovely.
be 18 to hit. He's
Yeah.
hexed.
That hits.
So
Big
you'll
time.
take 16 damage, 3 of which is necrotic for my first hit. Second hit, 14. Does that hit?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, max. Okay, so that is 21 damage, 6 is
Ooh.
necrotic.
Okay.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Very cool. Yeah, you cut into it and he howls in pain, but does not go down. You watch as you cut across his abdomen and blood and viscera spills out on the ground, and the entrails that fall on the ground begin to slither away like snakes of some kind or giant worms.
Sadly not surprising here.
Yeah. Desmond.
Des is gonna raise a hand to towards the big ogre, and he's going to cast the cantrip Mind Sliver on him.
Ooh, very cool.
So he needs to make a DC 15 intelligence save.
Intelligence, you say?
Mhm.
So the only way that I could have saved with an intelligence is natural 20, and I just rolled a natural 20.
No, seriously.
Yep.
Ah, it's one smart ogre. Okay.
He got lucky, or your mind sliver didn't work the way you thought it would work.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Let's see. Bonus action, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Come into my sphere of,
Run away.
of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if they like
He's
you.
gonna keep his distance and just kind of move now over next to Xanthi and kind of
Yeah.
be wary.
As you make your way over through the guardians that are marching around the perimeter, they just look. Get out of the way! God damn, I'm trying to do something here.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's fine. He's with me.
All right, that brings us to them, and Big Boy is gonna take a swing at Nori with his Morning Star, this massive club with these spikes that are just thick with blood and viscera.
Oh,
That's
but
a
he
s-
gets my
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
he gets
yeah,
attack
yeah.
at first.
Yeah, roll your
He started
damage.
his turn.
Roll your
He's
damage.
That's why I was
Too,
trying to hit him
so-
with the Mind Sliver too.
Yep. He's hexed, so that means he has disadvantage, or what does that mean?
Yep, on the wisdom save.
Oh,
Wisdom?
and I
Okay.
finally rolled
Oh,
decently.
nice. Yeah, he fails.
21.
21 points of damage. Okay. He's not looking good. He ain't dead, but he's not looking good.
Good job, guys.
He does swing at you, Nori, and I rolled a total of 16 to hit. Is that your AC?
Nope.
It misses. Okay.
Mhm.
So he swings and misses you. That brings us to Xanthi.
Xanthi is going to, she's going to cast Firebolt
Nice.
at that giant ogre thing.
Okay.
It's 13 hit.
Yes, it does.
Oh, well.
It's not hard to hit.
This AC is going down.
Then he takes
Yeah, it's not
7
good.
fire damage.
Oh, all right. I like it. I like it. He looks like he's close to falling over. Is that it for Xanthi?
Yeah.
Nori,
Swinging.
Do
Doing
it.
some swings. Here we
swing,
go.
swing.
That's a dirty 20
There it is.
for 9 to 11 damage. 2 is necrotic.
Ooh, okay. He's very close to being killed.
Oh crap. That's not gonna work. That's a 9.
That hits.
It hits. A
Mhm.
9 hits. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's not. He doesn't have a high armor class at all.
The big guy?
Yeah.
No, he sure doesn't.
Very
That's
easy to
15
hit.
damage.
He's not wearing a shirt either.
Tell me how you kill this big hulking mass of decayed flesh and bone.
Well, I think my second hit carved out the patella, which made him drop to one knee and then crumble to the ground. And as I am wont to do, I climbed up on top of him then and looked around the battlefield using his body as a ladder.
Okay. You can see
It's all the ogre.
you can see a couple of things. An arrow comes flying across the battlefield and hits the other zombie that was fighting alongside you and drops him into a pile of rubble. You look down and you can see your once childhood friend, Bilbert, laying on the ground dying. And you look out across the battlefield, you see gnomes falling in battle, maybe people that you knew at one time, and you can swear for one brief second that you see yourself. And that, my friends, is where we are going to take our break, and we will come back in just a couple of short minutes to find out what happens next. We've got a gnome on the ground and a gnome uptown. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We are going to be back in just a couple minutes. Please don't forget that we do have a giveaway going on tonight. It is CZRPG's Amazing Encounters and Locations. If you're going to buy this PDF, it'd be $25. We're going to give it away to somebody tonight. So if you want to be in on that sweet, sweet giveaway action, just type !drawing. You could be the lucky winner. It's stranger things have happened. In the meantime, we'll see you in just a couple of short minutes. Thanks, everybody. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for raiding in. We really appreciate you for joining us. Fantasy Forged, much appreciated. And fans of Fantasy Forge, if you like D&D, you're probably going to like this game because it's D&D. There you go. It's as simple as that. And we have Shelly, Ashley, and Andy G3D. What more could you possibly want on a Tuesday night in June? No, it's July. Is it July? Is it July?
July.
Holy cow. It's July, everybody. Woo. All right, so let's get back to this game. I don't know what's going on, but we're having a good time. Zombies. All right, so as we return to this game, the heroes have emerged from a tomb that they had been investigating, looking for something called a shadow crossing. They had been told by an old swamp hag long time ago back in the Glassfolk Marsh, an old wonderful woman named Mona Blackwood, who told Nori that she would find answers to all of her questions at the tomb of the cleric on the fields where the Battle of Emridy Meadows was waged. And so here we are. Our characters had found the tomb, had entered the tomb. Nori had indicated that she was ready for what would come next. And lo and behold, they found themselves somehow in some strange place, bathed in a near monochromatic desaturation, a massive battle being waged, akin to the battle that Nori had fought in 10 years prior, the Battle of Emridy Meadows. Thank you for the raid, BBG Publishing. Great to see you all. Nori, as you look out over the battlefield, as I mentioned, you see what appears to be a formation, a battle maneuver being put into play that is similar to something that you had trained in with the 1st Regiment of the Cron Hills long ago when you were called up to be a soldier alongside your brother Nalvin, who was the leader of the 1st. you had raced or you had walked out to find out what was going on. The battle came to you. You fought your way through it with your companions, who are disguised as undead, zombie, and skeleton-like creatures, which was really smart, you guys. I love that. And you now look out over this battlefield, Nori, and as you observe what's happening, you see gnomes falling in battle, and you could swear that you see yourself amongst the warriors fighting off gnolls and ogres and orcs that seek to crush the gnomes of the Cron Hills. What do you want to do?
Nori is going to run to herself. And in her mind, she is thinking, don't let him die again.
Okay. You are running forward. What are Xanthi and Desmond doing?
Des is going to take a quick look around for that big, enormous, giant thing that was devouring things on the battlefield. It's not paying any attention to us, right?
Give me a perception check.
Right.
And what about Xanthi?
Xanthi's gonna try to follow Nori, but at a distance so that she doesn't get attacked by her attack spirit guardians.
Very smart.
That was just a 10.
Kill friendly
perception.
fangs.
A 10.
I'll just lurch after her.
It's no big surprise, or it's not hard to see. There's this massive lumbering creature that walks across this battlefield, reaching down with these huge long claws, the arms of this 60-foot tall creature dragging on the battlefield itself. It reaches down and grabs these combatants, tearing them apart, using them as weapons as it throws them across the battlefield, barreling into other combatants on the field and knocking them over. In its wake, it trails off this strange, almost like an afterglow of dark shadow in its wake as it moves across the battlefield. It doesn't seem to be coming closer to you at the moment, but it's definitely off-putting as you look towards it and see it doing its thing. It has these glowing blue eyes and these massive horns, but for the moment, it doesn't appear to see you. Nori, as you're...
She's moving
go ahead.
again. Let's go. So Des is going to start moving after Nori.
Yeah, Nori is taking off running, leaving Bilbert Skregner laying on the ground with a spear through his chest. Just, Nori! And you race off towards what you believe to be yourself. Give me another perception check, Nori, as you're running across this battlefield. Arrows, these bone arrows flying past you and your companions as you're running. They just seem to miss you miraculously.
And to be noted, I expect my brother to be right around me somewhere. See, we didn't leave each other during battle too much that I'm aware of. That is a 10.
Okay. Yeah, the closer you get, the harder it is to see what's going on as the fighting spills over in front of you. You have to jump over combatants that one of them is on the ground, another one coming down with an axe to lop off an arm. You just sort of like jump over them. Your companions doing the best they can to run / shamble along, still maintaining some sort of a disguise, kind of a speed walking undead sort of vibe going on.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer, Nori, you see without a doubt, it's 100% clear in your mind right now. As you look ahead, you see yourself, your family's armor, the emblazoned emblem of the 1st Regiment of the Cron Hills on the armor itself. And you look down as this figure that appears to be you stops, kneels, and appears to be cradling something in its arms. You can't see what it is. It appears to be obscured by what's happening with the battle, but I'm assuming you're going to continue to race forward. And as you do, you get to the point where you get close enough to call out or to shout 20, maybe 25 feet from the scene, this battle taking place around you again as you're moving through, just barely missing swords and bone arrows coming at you. What do you say? You shout?
I'm just gonna yell no, because I know the only thing that I cradled in that battle was my dead brother.
Indeed, as you shout out, you watch as this figure stands up, turns to you, towards your calling, and you look at yourself. As you race up, it looks at you, you look at it, and you can see in its hand the sword, Orvan's Gladius, and it looks up at you with these black eyes and immediately disappears, dissipates, and is gone. You look down at the ground and you see nothing there. You watch as the fight wages on, unclear of what just happened, but that vision of yourself, the sword, and your brother seems to have faded away.
I think Nori drops to her knees at this point. Like she's just overcome. There's nothing else that she's doing at this moment except probably weeping.
Okay. Xanthi and Desmond, you see Nori drop to their knees. What do you do?
Des is just gonna kind of run up and kind of stand next to her to try to, just to make sure to fend off anything that might come at them in this kind of chaos that's going on around them. Yeah.
Give me a D20 roll, Desmond.
Back. Okay.
Yep. Yes, thank you, Baptized and Pus, for the reminder. We do have a giveaway going on tonight, folks. If you're interested, !drawing to be in the potential winner of Amazing Encounters and Locations. It's a fantastic piece of content from our sponsors at CZRPG. What did you get, Des?
A 9.
Okay, yeah. One of these creatures comes in to swing at you and hits you for 1 point of slashing damage with a rusty sword, and you easily, you don't even have to roll, you just smash it with the club or with your sword, and it drops into a pile of bone. You guys reach Nori, who's on their knees. Go ahead.
Do I see? Does she have anything in front of her? Like, did I see what happened before?
No, you did not notice what I just described to Nori. That would have been something that she would have seen. You could have potentially seen it had you been right there with her and her pointed it out, but there's so much chaos going along in this battlefield, for you to pick out that one moment would have been virtually impossible.
Nori, what's happening?
I was too late again. I don't know where they are. I can't leave.
Which way did they go? We can't stay here.
They disappeared. I don't know. They just disappeared.
Des is going to look around. Does he see anything that, like a spot or like an area of like where they are that might be a little safer to kind of hang out in?
Give me a perception check. And Xanthi, how about you? As you approach and arrive at the scene, what are you doing?
I am trying to stay a little bit away, but letting my attack spirit guardians envelop any kind of combatant and just rip them to shreds.
Yeah, they're having the time of their life. They're like, woohoo, yeah, let's get them, boys. And they're just ripping around the circle, just devouring all these undead creatures that come within. And they're like, a little bit farther, come on. Hey, miss, let's go. Over there. And they're pointing towards Nori. A little bit farther. Yeah, let's go. Come on, let's get in the fight. Desmond, what'd you roll?
Sorry, that was 14 perception.
Okay. Xanthi, as this big, it's like a large knoll comes in with this flail and it's swinging and it looks like it's going to hit you as your spirit guardians tear into it and flesh is flying in all directions. It's swinging its arm and the weapon towards you. Suddenly it's totally gone and just disappears. Desmond, as you look up trying to find a safe place, the battlefield everything in the battlefield turns to mist. and to fog and just sort of dissipates. All of the fighters, all of the combatants, everything is just gone. And the three of you are standing. Well, Nori is kneeling, and the two of you are standing in this field. And you just hear a voice. You hear a voice from beyond eyesight. Just go, ah, shit.
What's happening? Where'd they all go?
They all just.
Maybe it went back to normal. How do my little fairies look?
They look ready to attack. They look the same. They're just got these like devilish, almost demonic looks on their faces, and they're like spitting on the ground, like, "Come on, let's go."
Well, these guys are still the same.
Yeah, we're still here.
Give us something to kill, eh? Come on, we want to kill something.
What's happening, Nori? What did you say?
Nori will draw her sword again, and she's gonna actually use it to help herself get up this time.
It is not glowing with the green glow that it was before.
Okay. I'm here. I came where I was supposed to come. I fought in this battle again. And I think I was too late again. What am I
Too late
doing?
For what?
I'm kind of shouting into, sorry, I should have specified, into this space.
Sure. And your voice echoes through the fog of this barren valley. Xanthi, I will say that as you're like, maybe it's back to normal, it's as those words come out of your mouth, you realize that that's definitely not the case as you look around, and everything it has this sort of like gray veneer across it. It just looks different. It looks like it lacks any sort of vitality.
Okay. Can I listen for any noise or battle or enemies in the fog?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
9.
All right, let me roll here. You hear the laughter of a child to the north of where you are.
Hello? Is somebody out there?
Your voice echoes as well. No response.
A creepy child.
Nori,
Creepy.
tell us what we should do.
I need to be told what to do. I can't tell you guys. What should I do? We're here.
Well,
we're searching for something, right?
We're Nori's trying to regain her composure because this was just a thing. I don't know where to go. They said go to the tomb. We're here. We're here.
You got an answer, right? Like you saw your brother's name in the book, and then you watched the battle, and you watched yourself hold him as he has passed away. Is that the answer?
That can't be the answer.
Is that the way it happened, though?
I think so. They took the sword.
Which way did he go?
They just disappeared.
This is... Yeah, I don't know what to do. He's just gonna keep an eye out for any kind of, undead combatants coming.
It appears like everything that was there, the fallen soldiers, the fighting combatants, all of it is gone. The blood, the piles of bone.
Something just happened, though.
Well, there's just a creepy child giggling in the mist. I mean,
Well, maybe we need to go see who it is.
yeah, probably. You want to go find out who is giggling at us? Because it doesn't seem like a good joke.
It's not funny. It's not funny at all. He's here. He's around here somewhere. I've heard him. I've heard him in places. I've heard him in dreams. I heard him where I got this first shard. He's not dead. I mean, he was once dead. Yes. Something really terrible is happening to him right now, and I don't know what it is. Let's go find that child.
It's gotta be something.
Can I kind of get a direction that I thought I heard that giggling
Absolutely.
from?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a sense that it's just to the north of where you are, but you just can't see it, but maybe over the next hill kind of thing.
Well, it's the only lead we have.
I mean, I feel like we're on, like, a trail of some sort, right? It, even though it's fucked up and might be a little painful to see again, I think we just keep following it.
It's the only thing we have to follow right now.
Right.
Yeah. Why did they make us go through this again? Well,
It's your matron.
the
Have you tried
first time.
talking to her?
I've been trying. She's not answering.
I think we
there's-
just push forward. We can't just stay here.
No. Okay. Let's go find that voice. Whoever's laughing at us.
Maybe they
Okay.
need help.
So the three of you begin to make your way towards the north where Xanthi indicates the voice was heard. And you continue on walking over the crest of a hill, maybe taking a moment to look back. You can see the one thing that has remained in place is the tomb in the old dead gnarled tree atop the little hill in the middle of the valley. But as you crest and descend the next hill, that is all disappears behind you. And you hear not one child laughing, but a second child laughing as well. Yes. And then you hear they seem to be singing a song of some kind. Unclear at this distance what the words are. But as you continue forward, you can hear that it's a rhyme of some kind. The Countess rules the night so cold in a realm where the shadows fold. Whispered secrets, shadows deep, where the haunted children sleep. The Countess laughs in dark delight, holds the realm with iron might in the misty twilight's thrall. Lost souls answer her call, round and round the shadows turn. In her grasp the spirits yearn. Free us, hear their plea from the Countess's dark decree. And as you navigate across this hill and come down the other side, you see what appears to be a small gathering of 4 ghostly figures sitting in a field. What appears to be 2 adults, 2 children running around them in a circle. A blanket laid on the ground beneath the man and what appears to be perhaps a woman by their stature. They seem to almost flicker in and out of existence.
Those look like ghosts. I'm not talking to any ghosts.
Yeah, we didn't have really good luck with that, did we?
I'll go talk to him.
Des is
Yeah.
gonna keep his distance. Kind of crouch down.
Okay.
Stay within my circle of death.
So the 2 of you are going to sort of hang back while Nori approaches.
Yeah.
Okay. Nori, as you approach, it's kind of a strange sight. You see this man, his face gaunt and haunted, doesn't quite notice you at first. He seems to be digging into a basket that's laid before he and the woman. And she's the first to notice you as she looks up. Her eyes are hollow. She has a look of sorrow on her face. And she's, Edward, it appears as though we've got a guest. And the man looks over and stands up. Well then. And who might you be? Are you hungry?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, we've got plenty of food. Isn't that right, Edward? Indeed we do, Clara. Come, stranger, sit with us. And you see the two children have stopped kind of galloping around the circle in playful song, and they sort of stand there and just stare at you, sort of mouths agape. Do not be afraid.
I'm most appreciative of this that you're giving me. Have they not seen strangers for a while?
Oh, the children? Oh,
Yes.
Thomas and Eliza, well, they haven't seen much of anything but this place and this meager picnic, but we do have food and drink. Please sit with us for a time. Yes, I will pour some tea. Would you like some tea? And she pulls out of the basket a couple of china teacups, and she has a teapot off to the side where there's a little fire, a spectral fire burning. And for a minute, the fire is gone, and then it comes back. And you watch as she's pouring the tea into the cup, and for a minute, the cup disappears, and then it comes back to catch the tea. The man reaches into the basket and pulls out a loaf of bread and a knife and begins to cut the bread. It's freshly baked by my dear wife, Clara. And she kind of giggles and looks at him lovingly. But you can see that on her face is sorrow. The children sort of view you carefully, maybe with a little bit of suspicion at first. The boy, Thomas, they called him, where did you come from? Are you dead, like us? Oh, now, Thomas, don't be rude.
I came from up there, and I'll point up at the tomb. We're not from here. Where's here?
The young girl looks up at you. What's over there? We've never been over there.
Can you see the tomb from where we're standing?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I came from over the hills. Where's here?
Don't pry, Eliza. Don't pry. Please sit. Well, it's the funniest thing. We're not quite sure where here is, or where there leads to.
How did you get here?
Well, we've always been here, haven't we? Edward? Well, I believe we were somewhere else before we were here, but where that place is unclear.
So you haven't always been eating bread out of this basket?
Oh.
And the children haven't always been singing that rhyme that I heard?
They do love their rhymes, don't you, children? Yes, Mother. As they sit down to partake in the bread, as the man cuts slices of bread and hands it to them. And then he reaches back into the basket and pulls out a jar, and he opens the jar up. And with the knife, he takes out a big dollop of what appears to be some sort of a jam and spreads it on the bread. Homemade by Clara, of course. Oh, dear. He holds up a piece of bread with jam on it for you.
Take it. I'll take the little cup of tea.
All right, while this is happening, and you sit down, Xanthi and Desmond, you are watching this from afar. What are the two of you doing?
You think they're saying to her right now?
They're probably brainwashing her to murder someone. Do you see that?
Teaching her how to stab people in her sleep.
Yeah, they're sucking her life force out of her. Have you seen that big guy still anywhere?
The giant thing that was eating people off the battlefield.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right?
saw him.
Well,
I was trying to not see him.
right, but wasn't he around while we were walking through the mist before we got to the weird place?
Yeah, I might have saw something kind of like that. Just something big. That's all I saw.
So, do you think
Speaking
that
of which,
maybe he exists on all planes of whatever reality this is?
can Des feel lucky at all around anywhere?
As like the connection between you and your familiar, I would say give me a D20 roll.
2.
You do not feel the connection. It's the same kind of feeling that you get when you know that you need to use the spell to summon them back from some place where they have gone to. From whatever plane they are on. Thank you, Doc, for the advantages. Much appreciated. Xanthi, while the two of you are having this conversation, you look down and there's one of your little devilish spirit guardians is just standing there going, "Yeah, she's definitely up to no good. We should probably kill her right away. She's definitely gonna stab one of yous. What do you think, boys?"
What,
Yeah, she's super dangerous.
Why do you guys not like her so much?
Well, look at her. She's evil. Now you can tell just by the look in her eyes. All right. Now look. Nah, it's true. Well,
I mean, I don't not agree.
there we go. So we take care of her. We get out of this place, right? Am I right, boys? We go home.
Wait, you
Really?
know the way home.
You think that if we killed Nori, we would just go home?
I mean, what's the most likely scenario here? I mean, she's the one that took us here, right?
Looks
Oh,
like they're just...
man.
Are they having a picnic over there?
They're having a goddamn picnic while we're over here trying to figure out how we're gonna die. All right? There's an easy solution, and it's through her. Just saying. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, okay. That'll be like Plan B.
See.
You're
Caw,
not here.
caw.
Caw.
What was the code word again? Didn't we have a code word?
Owlbear.
Owlbear.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not sure if the guys are just super bloodthirsty, or if they're, maybe they're kind of right. That there's something wrong with her.
Well, there's definitely something wrong with her, but I don't know that. It doesn't seem like she's evil.
I mean, well, the black eyes and the black
It's a bit
tendrils
dark,
that
yeah.
come off her. Like,
Yeah.
that's not normally, like...
This place.
Yeah. Yeah, the controlling the undead and... Like, that's all... We'll just call them red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back at the picnic, you don't seem. This is the woman, Clara. You don't seem like the others. Tell me, what is your name, dear?
Nori. I'm Nori Bibblespark. I'm
Nori
I probably don't-
Bibblespark. Go
Does
on.
that sound familiar to you?
Don't know if it does. Edward, does the name Nori Bibblespark sound familiar? Well, Clara, I don't think it does. I'm sorry. Should we have heard of you? Are you famous?
No.
Are you famous, miss?
No.
The young girl's
No.
like sitting right next to you, just looking at you. Are you famous?
Not at all. There's no reason you should know me.
Well, I'm sure you're a fine person from wherever you came. It is true, though, what my wife says. You are not like the others that we've met in this place.
Have you met others
were you-
here? I'm
Born in this place. You don't seem like a Shadowborn.
Shadowborn? Is that what you guys are called?
Oh, no, dear. No. We are apparitions.
Oh, okay, apparition.
Yeah,
All right.
we're ghosts.
I couldn't help but hear some of the words in your rhyme.
Oh,
Are you
yes.
trapped here?
Well, now, children, go back to playing and let the adults speak for a bit, please. Thomas? Yes, father. Yes, mother. They go back to sort of like dancing around a little bit and swinging each other around, and the woman looks back at you. We have been here for as long as we can remember. Isn't that right, Edward? It is true. It's hard to remember any place before this. There are those here that we have met in our time of this eternal picnic, and the jam seems to never run out, which is good. It's the one thing that gives us some level of satisfaction, I suppose. And the companionship, of course, my dear. And he leans over and kisses Clara on the cheek. There are those who are born in this place, shadowborn, they're called. They're not dead, but they lack a soul, and I can tell, if I'm not mistaken, I was good at reading people at one point, I think. You seem perhaps to have a soul. You're not from here. Am I right in that assertion?
You're correct, and I certainly do hope that I still have a soul.
Well, once you have a soul, dear, it can only be taken away from you.
That's not comforting.
Yes, you're true. It's not comforting. Well, those who are born here, the shadowborn as they are called, they exist in a state of perpetual emptiness, an existence of a hollow mockery. It's almost a fate worse than our own. At least we remember a time, isn't that right, Clara, where we were happy and carefree and, well, had joy in our hearts? Now we are here, destined to relive this moment for some odd reason.
Do you feel like you're reliving something over and over?
Yes.
Are you eating this jam biscuit picnic scenario? Is this happening over and over and over?
Yes, dear, but we can't quite figure out what it is or why. Why we're here and not where we were. For certainly we were somewhere else before we were here.
I think you're trapped, probably like me.
Oh.
I saw something else that seemed to be happening over and over, like not in the order that it was supposed to have happened.
Oh my, that's dreadful.
You don't know how to get out of here.
Well, dear, if we did, we certainly wouldn't stay. Look at this place, it's dreadful.
Well, maybe if you did, but you didn't have the right help, you'd be still here like this.
Perhaps if we understood what happened to bring us here, that could help us return.
Were there any mist? Anything abnormal in the environment?
It's unclear. It's hard to remember. Dear, more tea, please. Would you like more tea, Nori? She pours more tea into the man's teacup, and it just sort of like disappears for a minute and then comes back. You look down at your teacup in your hand, and you've nearly finished the tea. Your cup doesn't seem to be fading in and out of existence like theirs does. More tea, dear.
Do you want to meet my friends?
There's more of you?
There are 2 more of me.
Well, we have plenty of goodies in the basket. Isn't that true, Edward? Indeed, we do. We're willing to share.
Kind of rude, doing this by myself.
This is quite pleasant.
All these things of yours. It is delicious jam.
As you say that, You realize that it really has no flavor. But it was polite to say.
I would still say it.
Yeah.
I'll turn around. Do I see Xanthi and Des?
Oh yeah, they're standing over off to the side.
What a bunch of creepers. I'll wave them over. And I'll give them the, like, why didn't you come? These are my friends, Des and Xanthi.
Hello, don't be afraid. You're welcome to join us. We have, what do we have, Clara? We've got biscuits, and we've got some fruit, and some tea.
That sounds lovely.
It's really delicious, and I'll nod at them in a knowing, like, say it's delicious.
Oh, okay.
You watch as the woman pulls out this sort of like a cloth wrapped bundle out of the basket, and she sets it down on the ground, and she begins to reveal the contents of this bundle, and it looks as though they are cookies, biscuits on a small plate.
If I haven't done it already, I will have dropped my little.
Hey, whoa!
Because, yeah.
Dave, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm trying to watch my sweets intake, so I'll pass on that. I'm just, I'm full.
It's fine, darling. Don't worry about it. And for you, would you like some tea and some biscuits? She holds the plate of cookies over to you.
Sure.
Very well. And then she, as you take a cookie, and it looks like a cookie, looks like a normal cookie. Once it's in your hand, it seems as though it's corporeal. You can feel it. But you watch as she moves the plate and sets it back down and just sort of disappears for a second and then comes back into existence. And then she brings out the teapot and she pulls another cup and she pours a cup of tea and she reaches out to hand it to you.
Des will just sit there with the cookie and the tea in his hands, but he's not going to do anything.
As she hands you the tea, Desmond, roll a d4.
3.
Okay. As she hands you the teacup, your hand passes through hers, and for a minute you can feel the contact of your hand against her hand, and like a sharp pain, like a jarring memory that you'd known your whole life and forgotten, and it came back to you in 1 minute, or excuse me, fully in 1 second. You see the same woman lying on a checkered blanket in a beautiful meadow of flowers, and her skull bashed in, blood splattered all over the picnic cloth, and then it's gone, and she just kind of turns back smiling.
Thank you. That was nice. Very lovely.
So what is it, dear, that you're here for then, Nori and friends?
We're here to solve a mystery. I'm looking for something.
Seeking something.
We've never been here before. I don't know anything about this place. People seem to just disappear.
Well,
and they're the ones that we need to talk to.
I
don't know where they go.
Don't have the answers that I imagine you're hoping to gain, Nori and friends, but we have heard of a place perhaps that you should seek out a guide or some additional information. We've heard of it. It's the House of Black Lanterns.
What kind of a place is this?
As best we know, based on what others have told us in passing, it's some sort of a wayside nexus, a meeting place near some sort of a crossing, a crossroads or something like that.
That is very, very helpful information. I wish there was something we could do for you.
Thomas looks up at you and says, just make sure that you don't anger the Countess. And the mother's like, now, Thomas, that is just a rhyme and a tale. It is not true. And she kind of looks at you with a knowing eye, like, be careful. Eliza looks at Thomas. It's just a riddle, Thomas. It's not real. Of course, Eliza. And then he looks at you and he says, the Countess rules the night so dark. In her realm, where shadows fold, whispered secrets, shadows deep, where the haunted children sleep. The Countess laughs in dark delight, holds the realm with iron might. In the misty twilight's thrall, lost souls answer her call. Round and round the shadows turn, in her grasp the spirits yearn. And then the two children together, find us, free us, hear our plea. From the Countess, dark decree. And at that moment, the three of you are sitting in a meadow. There is nothing there. And that, my friends, is where we will end tonight's session. Oh, that's right. Hey, all right. Hey, yo, all right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Hey, hey,
light gaming tonight. Just a little light gaming.
This is Nori's story. It's going to get darker as we go.
Expected.
Mm-hmm. We're going to break Nori in half. All right. Nevertheless, we do have some great things to announce. Like, we're doing a giveaway. So if folks are interested in winning stuff, and I have a hunch that there might be some folks out here that like to win things, we are giving away a wonderful content-rich PDF from our good friends at CZRPG Publishing. My friends, this is the Amazing Encounters and Locations. It is a, what did we say it was? 252-page PDF with a ton of great content. Now, if you want to be involved in this drawing that's about to happen, you're going to want to type !drawing in the chat. I'm going to show you how it's done. There's some details. We're going to call a winner here in just a minute. After we do the drawing, of course, we're going to rate in some of our friends. But I just want you to know this thing is thick. 12 locations, 38 encounters, custom art, 31 new creatures. Oh my gosh, new player options. And you can use this to run a campaign from 1st to 12th level. If your players, their characters don't die first in some weird dark place of Shelley's doing. Got to blame Shelley for this one.
What am I doing?
So go ahead and enter to win this one. We're going to do the drawing in just a second. Way to go, Shelley. Shelley, we love you. And this is all for you, Shell. This is all for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do some outros, folks. Tell us where people can find you, what you have going on. If you got anything fun coming up that you want to share, please do. And then we'll do the drawing. Let's start with Shelley. How you doing, Shell?
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, good. Good talk.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye. Just kidding.
Bye.
Go.
I am Shelley, also known as Flea Monkey out in the world, and hey, it's Flea Monkey on Threads and Instagram. Just here every Tuesday night and every other Wednesday right now over on Tithalanos' channel, but also we're doing Shadow Dark. I haven't ever really plugged Shadow Dark, but I think I will. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely check it out because you could find a bunch of your new best friends to die in the dark with. It's much more fun than it sounds. Honestly, I'm not selling it very well. It is pretty great though.
Shelley is our new spokesperson now for Shadow Dark. I love it.
There I am. And fired.
I think there's a bunch of people in the chat who can totally corroborate your description. So
she's not wrong.
No, she's not wrong.
Strong bonds that one forms when they're near death.
Yeah.
In the dark. Struggling with your mental faculties.
Oh my God. So much fun.
It's so great. I'm serious. Go check it out if you haven't already.
And just to kind of follow on that, it's a game that we play in the Discord. So if you want to get involved, come on over to our Discord. We typically have an onboarding /session 0 for new players once a month. So we're probably due to have one of those this month. So if there's enough interest, we will do that. And we play about once a week in the Discord, and every once in a while we'll stream it, but it's generally designed for offline gaming so that we can get as many people involved as possible. So come on over and check it out. We'd love to get to know you and play. Yeah, exactly. Nothing bad ever happens in the Shadow Dark. Lies. These are lies, Sithy. Thank you. Yeah, Sithy knows. Thanks for plugging Shadow Dark, Shelly. Appreciate you very much. And this is all based on the backstory that Shelly gave me at the very, very beginning of her entrance into this campaign. So we'll see where it goes. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Let's go next over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, also known as Minnesota Muse. You can find me as Minnesota Muse on our Discord, on Blue Sky, or as Minnesota Muse 99 on Threads. And this is the only place I'm playing right now, unless you're gonna go out to Convergence this weekend, where I will be hanging out. So come by, say hi, say watch the stream. It'll be awesome.
Bring a Sharpie. Bring your flesh.
That's right. Shelly's going to be signing flesh. So come on over and join us. All right. Well, Ashley, we'll see you in just a couple of days. I can't wait to check out this con that you've been plugging for a long, long time. I'm super excited. And Andy G3D is going to be there. Andy G3D.
I will be there.
Yep.
I will be there.
Yes, you will.
Without bells on.
Flesh signings. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I heard there was a flesh signing happening, and I booked my tickets.
Hell yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch and other places around the internet. Although, like I said earlier, you don't want to try to find me in other places around the internet. It's just not worth it.
Nice.
But you can find me hanging out over on our Discord.
Oh, hell yeah.
Having fun, posting GIFs. It's a grand old time. Playing Shadow Dark, getting killed every now and then.
Every time.
Yeah, you can find me here every Tuesday night in our Heroes of Greyhawk game. It's the only game I got going on right now. But, we're always starting up new games around here.
Hell yeah. We got some stuff coming up. Andy G, I can't wait to see you, buddy, in a couple of days. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me. I'm Dave. We don't want to belabor that point, but I would like to give some loot away. So, Ashley, if you wouldn't mind doing our ceremonial 5-second countdown, please.
All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, here it is. Vamp Wickman. Vamp Wickman has won the loot. Vamp, I didn't even know you were here, buddy.
You lurking out in the distance?
Yeah, I guess so. He's
Lurking
Vamp,
and entering
we meet you, but we miss you, buddy. Vamp Wickman, are you still here? Yeah. Oh, Vamp Wickman for the win. All right, well, we know where Vamp Wickman lives.
He's there.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
We know where he lives. All right, guys, we're going to raid into ADH Adventures. It looks like they're playing some D&D, and they've got some crazy druid stuff going on. So give them some good old-fashioned Guild Superior love. Let them know where you're coming from, and give them a follow. Support their stream like you support ours. We appreciate you all for being here, and we will see you all, next Tuesday, right here. Same time, same place. And we will we'll see what happens to Nori's sanity as we continue into this crazy, crazy place of her
What sanity?
Her psychological destruction. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.